Good morning, Year 6. This is your Week 7 English lesson. Today we are going to be starting a brand new topic, and this week, as the last week of school, we would like you to create a comic strip. So this is how your comic strip will end up looking. I've given you an example of my first scene, however I haven't finished my comic strip. Pause the video now and have a think about how I could finish this comic strip based on my text from English, Letters from the Lighthouse. Okay, so hopefully you recognise that I was creating a comic strip based on the Budmouth Point quicksand chapter in the book where Cliff and Pixie are on the beach and suddenly Olive gets very stuck. So it's the rescue from the quicksand. So I included my background, I also included my text of what was happening and added my characters and weather. Your task is to use the website makebelievecomics.com and choose a scene from our text Letters from the Lighthouse to create a comic strip of the scene. Some ideas in case you've forgotten what chapters we have read, there has been lots. You could write a comic about the quicksand scene like I have. You could show the arrival of the boat onto the beach, and remember that none of the adults are there. They haven't managed to get to the beach at the time, so it's up to Esther and Olive to work out how to get the boat full of refugees safely onto the shore. Or you could do a comic strip about the train journey to Devon from London. Remember, that was quite a dramatic scene with lots of disagreements between the children on the train. So have a look at this website, makebelievecomics.com. It looks a little bit like this. And here is my example, my start, and here was just me having a go to show you what kind of things you can do. So at the bottom here, you have got lots of different things, elements that you can add to your comic strip. First of all, you would probably want to click on the panel that you want to fill, and you might want to add a background. So if you are talking about the scene where the children are standing waiting for the train, potentially, you might want to add that background. There are lots to choose from, so really have a look and make sure you think about which ones are appropriate. Obviously, things like this wouldn't probably be appropriate for Letters from the Lighthouse. However, there are lots that could be. We could talk about the busy London streets. We could potentially have this quicksand scene here, lots to choose from. Once you've done that and chosen a background, go back. You can then choose characters, balloons and prompts to tell your reader what's happening. So we can also use some words and lots of different stickers, greeting cards, words that kind of pop out in comic book style. So you might want to add a speech bubble or something that is about to happen. So I'm going to put this here and type in Cliff and Pixie take a nice stroll along the Budmouth Point beach, telling your reader what is happening. I now need some characters. So go back, scroll across to characters, and you can choose the appropriate characters. So some of these might not be so appropriate. You need some that maybe look like Cliff and Pixie because that's who I've described. So I need a little boy, so I might want to choose this person here, and then I choose a pose, and he appears, and I can just drag him and move him. I also now need a dog, so I need to scroll across and see if I can find a little dog. Let's choose this one. And a nice walk that Pixie's on. I can now move Pixie to next to Cliff. I would then, if I'm happy with that, I could leave it and move on to my next panel. If not, I need to go back and I might want to add some extra items or objects possibly that were suitable for the scene. Really think about the scene. Later on in my panel, I might want to use this one here, the life ring, but not quite at the moment. Or I might want to show it, possibly, to show that it's there. I could add some things like butterflies If I want to scale things as well, to make them smaller, I can do it like that. Oh, I've scaled my background there we go. Let me just scale it back up. I can then choose to bring certain things to the front or flip them or delete them if I'm not happy with it. So please use this website, have a go at adding some different objects and backgrounds, things that you think are appropriate for the chapter that you are showing. Once you are ready with that panel, you would then move on to the next one, and remember you need to move the story along. So you need to add some other text or dialogue, and in dialogue, just a little tip for you. You might want to use talk bubbles, so you could add something like this to show that someone is talking from a character. Okay, so that is your challenge today. Your challenge is to have a little play around with makebelievecomics.com and choose the scene or the chapter you are going to use in your comic strip. Once you have had a little move around and got to know the website, your independent task today is you are going to plan your comic strip out. So before you actually make it on the website, you can have a little play around with this today, but please don't make your comic strip completely, just get to know it. Today your task is to plan out your comic strip, so storyboard this is called. So we would like you to make a little table like this and draw what each scene is going to be. It's effectively planning out your comic. Underneath, write down any words that you are going to use to help your reader understand what's happening. So just to be really clear, your task today is to storyboard on a piece of paper your comic strip. So drawing out what each scene will look like and then writing underneath any text that you are going to add. You can also have a little play with this website, but don't make your whole comic strip just yet. You need to plan it out first.